Here are 8 aspects of the E2 investor visa that applicants often find challenging. Number 1, the substantial investment requirement. There's no defined minimum investment amount for an E2 visa, making it subjective what substantial means. The investment must be significant enough in relation to the total cost of the business, ensuring that the investor has a vested interest in its success. The inverted sliding scale test by USCIS looks at the proportionality of the investment to the enterprise's cost, which can be tricky to navigate. I typically recommend that my clients invest at least $100,000 in their U.S. business, but there are cases where a smaller investment has been sufficient. 2, proving investment commitment. Applicants must demonstrate that the investment is not only substantial, but also irrevocably committed to the enterprise. This often involves showing that the funds are being actively used to establish or expand the business, not merely held in an account. The use of escrow agreements can be beneficial, but requires careful structuring to show commitment without actual disbursement until visa approval. 3, non-immigrant intent. Although the E2 visa doesn't require maintaining a foreign residence, applicants must still demonstrate an intent to depart the U.S. upon termination of their E2 status. This can be contradictory, especially for those who might consider long-term stay or eventual permanent residency, as dual intent is not permitted for this visa category. Applicants need to provide a statement of intent to leave and sometimes additional proof of ties abroad. 4, business operations. The business must be a real, active, and operating commercial enterprise. It should also not be marginal. That is, it must be likely to do more than generate enough income to support the investor and their family, and it should significantly contribute to the U.S. economy. Demonstrating this through business plans, financial projections, and operational activities before the visa application can be challenging. 5, ownership and control. The investor must own at least 50% of the enterprise or possess operational control through a managerial role. This requirement can complicate scenarios where multiple investors or complex corporate structures are involved, ensuring that the applicant has the authority to direct and develop the business. Accordingly, most of my E2 visa clients own at least 50% of the U.S. business and agree to actively direct and develop its operations in the U.S. upon issuance of the E2 visa. 6, documentation and evidence. Gathering and presenting the correct documentation to prove all aspects of the investment, business activity, and personal qualifications can be overwhelming at times. This includes business registration, financial statements, source of funds, and detailed business plans, all of which must be meticulously prepared to withstand scrutiny during the visa interview. 7, visa interview and consular discretion. The interview is a critical phase where consular officials have considerable discretion. Applicants must convincingly argue their case, showing they meet all the criteria. Differences in interpretation of requirements by consular officers can lead to variability in outcomes, making preparation for this interview particularly challenging. And 8, renewal and extension concerns. While E2 visas can be extended indefinitely, each renewal requires demonstrating that the business continues to meet the visa's requirements, including profitability and growth. This ongoing proof can be a challenging task, especially if the business faces economic downturns or if there are changes in personal circumstances. Navigating these aspects requires a deep understanding of both the legal framework and the practical business realities, often necessitating consultation with immigration attorneys and/or other experts in E2 visa applications. I'm Joseph Bovino, America First immigration, business, and trademark attorney based in Miami and serving clients worldwide. Use the link in my bio to schedule a consultation and follow for more.